To my creative time with Emma, and also welcome to another Throwback Thursday challenge. Last week's Throwback Thursday challenges was so good, guys. I'm so proud of all of you. All of the entries were awesome. I actually tried to surprise everybody, and I was trying to comment on all of them, but then when I got sick, I lost my momentum, so I couldn't do it, so I apologize. But my designers took care of that. I'm not saying that they're like commenting for me. We're like assigned numbers of who we're, of which set of numbers we're going to comment on, just so it won't be so much for all of us. So that's what we're doing. And like I said, I try to surprise everybody. I was going to surprise you and comment on every single one of them. But like I said, I got sick, so that totally threw me off track. But I did see everybody's project, and it was awesome. So thank you, everybody, so much. You did a great job. Okay, for this week's Throwback Thursday challenge, we are going to be featuring Walk in My Garden, and we are going to be doing a project. If you don't have Walk in My Garden, what you want to do is do a project of your choice, which means a layout, a scrapbook page. I'm sorry, I guess a layout and scrapbook page would be the same thing. A card or any kind of like gift item, whatever you want, it doesn't matter, as long as it has flowers. So just make sure your card includes flowers if you don't have Walk in My Garden, okay? So, but definitely include flowers regardless whether you have it or not. So I'm going to be using this cute little ladybug here found on page 118, along with, let's see if I find that flower, here we go. Along with this cute little flower, it's called the Blossom Flower on page 87. So I'm going to show you how I made this card in my Gypsy. Okay, here we go. I had gotten this cute little ladybug. I'm not sure if I said something different earlier, but it is a ladybug, and she is sized at 4 inches. And I'm going to make a shape card. So I'm going to go ahead and click on my Advanced tab, click on this copy feature, which is right there, and it'll give me another one. And I'm going to go ahead and bring her up here. And what I usually do to kind of make sure this is lined up the best way possible, let me zoom in here for you could see. I kind of line up my little guy. I kind of line it up. So you see how the 1 inch line is right there? I kind of line it up as best as I can to that. So I make sure this line here is matched up with that line. Okay, you see how that line matches up like that perfectly? And I do the same thing with this one here, just like so, okay? So what I want to do is I want to get this top one here, and I want to flip it since it's going to be opening up that way. So I'm going to go ahead and let's see. You see this here? We're still on the Advanced tab, and it's this feature right here. We're going to make that one turn upside down, just like so. And what you're going to do is get your these little, I call them little nudges. You want to nudge it down just so it could overlap a tad like so. You see how it's overlapping like that? So that's how you want to do it. And then what you want to do is group the two together. So click on group and then click on both until they both turn blue. Like you could see they both turn blue. Click on your Advanced tab and make sure your welding button is turned on. And to see if they are welded, you click on your eyeball. And then we're also going to zoom in again. And as you could see, everything else is red except for that middle area is gray because that's where the fold is going to be. Okay? So that's how I did with that. And I went ahead and went to layer 2. I couldn't fit everything on that first page, by the way, so I had to go to a different layer here. So what I did was I got another turtle, same thing, sized her at 4 inches, and I took her shell. But what I did with her shell, I used the hide contour feature. You see how the circles were? There was 3 circles. I went ahead and hid all 3 of them. Oopsie. I went ahead and hid all 3 of them so I could put flowers there instead. Okay, I thought it'd be something different. So let me see this little eyeball there? I'm going to go ahead and click on it for layer 1 so you don't have to see the first page so it won't confuse you. So these are these cute little blossom flowers that I got here. So they're odd sizes. So this is 1.65. So if you don't have a Gypsy, you could go ahead and size it at 1.5. This one here is 1.29, and if you don't have a Gypsy, you could size that 1.25. And this one's 1.18, and if you don't have a Gypsy, you could go ahead and size that at 1 inch. And what I did was I went ahead and got 3 more, and I sized them just a little bit, like a half size smaller than those other flowers. Okay, so basically how this is going to work, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the eyeball so you can now see the other layer through the card. Let me move these over so you could see this better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this turtle, and the base of it's going to cut out in craft. I wasn't going to use craft since you couldn't see it, but I couldn't help it. I had to use it anyway. This layer, first layer is going to be cut out in black. Second layer, the little shell, will be in red. And all my little flowers are going to go in the place of where the circles were. So I have 2 sets, so this is just going to layer on top of there and everything like so. And it always looks a mess when I'm trying to show you in the Gypsy, but it lands up looking cute afterwards. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this card together. Here is the base of the card. What I did is I went ahead and I squirted right there in the center. And I have the little layer here. But what I want to do is I want to put, of course, a beautiful little peachy keen face on there. And I decided to go ahead and just emboss that on for you. And I'm going to use the Snow Cuties. And I really, really love this face right here. So what I'm going to do, let me get a little block here. And I'm going to use a Versamark ink. Let me go ahead and scooch this over here, because I don't need that just yet. Okay, I'm going to put it right there. Make sure I have my gun, my heat gun plugged in. Alright, and let me make sure I have my little embossing powder ready as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to use some Versamark here. And I'm just going to go ahead and just make sure my little peachy face is well. See, I'm not sure if I should have re-inked my Versamark pad, but it looks pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to do, this is going to get stamped just a little bit on the lower side because I want to put a cute little bow on her hair. So that's going to go, you can't really see, but after I get the powder on and everything, then hopefully it'll show up better. Okay. Okay, there you could see the face just a tad. I'm going to go ahead and let me heat set this really quick. Let me find the cover to this. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and heat set this really quick here. Uh-oh, you know what? Clear, god damn it. Okay, you know what? We're going to have to do a do-over on this, only because I used the wrong embossing powder. I used clear. Okay, let me do that over really fast. It's going to be the first time I'm going to try embossing over a mistake. Oh my goodness, I guess I should have read that box. My little container better. Okay, here goes nothing. Let's see. Yeah, I should have known the other one wasn't the right one. Ooh, pretty. Okay, I should have known the other one wasn't the right one. So let's go ahead and try this again. Actually, you know what? That's not even bad. I actually put it right over it perfectly. Yay! Okay, perfect. So that part is done. See? You can make mistakes and still fix them. So I love scrapbooking. Paper crafting is the best. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my shell and Okay, let me go ahead and just use my ATG gun to put on the little red little back. Okay, let's put that right there. Oops, I have some embossing powder on my table. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and attach this to the base of my card. I'm not going to do any, whatchamacallit, no little pop dots on this. I'm just going to do it all normal. Okay, so it's going to go right like so. Look how perfect that is. Yay! Okay, wait till you see my flowers. I had actually cut this by accident, but that's okay. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you my flowers. And I was inspired by this idea for when Sarah and I did our class at CHA. They got white flowers and they just stamped on it. And I used my stamp set called Mom You Rock, which I try to see you see how I stamped Mom You Rock right there. And I stamped Moms Are Special. Lots of cute sentiments on that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get these down with some glue dots, but I'm also going to get some buttons to put in the center. And I think I have some teeny tiny buttons. Let me double check. I found these little tiny buttons a while ago at Joann's. And let me see how tiny they are. Let's see if that'll work. Oh yeah, that's perfect. And this way, I don't have to cover up so much of the wording. You can still see my stamps through it. Okay, because they're not so big. Alright, we're going to use those cute little 3 teeny tiny ones there. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead. Let me see how I want these arranged on here. Let's see. I'll do all the top portions last. Do all the bottom ones. Because I also want room to, I'm going to go ahead and stamp this one on here, right there. Actually, I think that'll be perfect just like so. Let me get these down with some glue dots. Yeah, perfect. Okay. That's going to go right there. And this one's going to go like so. And then I have this one that cute. I put I love you. And then to my mother. Okay. And that's going to go right there. Okay, that's perfect. And then I'm just going to go ahead and put the layers on here. Okay. Alright, I'm going to try and put it like that. That's going to go right there. And since the glue dots are exposed right there, I'm just going to go ahead and just, you know what? Yeah, I think they could fit in there. There we go. Perfect. Put one there. Just kind of put that down. Perfect. Yeah. Okay, so now what I'm going to do from my set, I don't know where the cover is. This is from my set Mom You Rock. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp directly on the card, and it's going to say Moms Are the Best Flowers Picked. So let me make sure I have a flat surface. Let me grab my ink here. And on my stamps, you could basically use any kind of ink. They are manufactured by Peachy Keen Stamps, so it's a good stamp where you could use any ink and it'll work perfectly. I'm using an ink here from Paper Tray Ink. I use that ink with my stamps, as well as, what's that other one called? Stays On, and Memento is my favorite. There we go. Moms are the best flowers picked. Isn't that perfect? Perfect. So I'm obviously it's missing a little stitching and all of that good stuff. So I will do that. I'm not going to do that on camera because I think I took up enough of your time here, everybody. So thank you so much for watching. And also don't forget this challenge will run for 2 weeks. And again, you use Walk in My Garden cartridge, as well as just go ahead and incorporate some kind of flowers. If you don't have Walk in My Garden cartridge, feel free to use any cartridge you have, as long as you incorporate some kind of flowers in your project. And why don't you go ahead and head on back, if you're watching over at YouTube, head on over back to my blog at www.creativetimeforme.com to see if you are the lucky winner of my last Throwback Thursday challenge. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and I'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.